Okay.
So we are starting. Milan, guiding light, show me the way, set my path right. With speech techniques, he opened the door to fluency and confidence that I could explore. Okay, hi, Milan, and welcome to Unblock, to the UYSP podcast.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, thank you
Hello,
for
Milan.
thank you for inviting me for your show. I'm very pleased that I will join to this podcast, and yeah, nice to meet you, Pawandeep, and nice to see you again, Miloš.
Nice to see you as well, Milan.
Nice to see you, Milan.
yeah.
Nice to meet you guys.
So hi to Pawandeep as well. How have you been, Pawandeep, since the last time we spoke?
Yeah, I think that I have been down a bit, but yeah, I have been trying to have some medicines. The weather here has been changing, but then hi guys, hope you guys are doing well. We are in week 6 of our UISP, I think, right, Milan?
Yes, it is the episode 12
Episode 12.
right
So I
now.
think, yeah,
So
so I think we are in now week number 6 or week number 7. I think over the past 1.5 months we have come a long way. Even Milos and myself, we have learned a lot actually, right? And then
yes, learned a lot, but you always feel that there is much more to learn, and that's why we have Milan here. So Milan, how have you been since the last time we spoke?
So when we was speaking, I think that was before. I think that was 6 months, or but before 1 year, I went to new speech therapy, which suits me more than the previous speech therapist. You know, Miloš, that we were, we were on with the same speech therapist in Belgrade, and that technique is not naturally for me, but now with this speech therapy, it's much easier for me to use these techniques and to speak more fluently than I used to speak. And there is no such specific technique how to use or how we learned to speak periodically, or to focus on the first letter and then to continue with this
but
word.
we will come to the description of the speech technique that you are using now, but I feel definitely that your speech has improved to a very large extent. Just to give a little background story about Milan and our friendship. So basically why I complimented Milan in my rhymes today is because he opened the doors to serious speech techniques and speech therapy to me when I was in a struggle with my speech during my high school days, where the blockages were very aggressive and I had the airway blockages and so on. So he has introduced me to Jelena Tadić, which I shout out in previous episodes and so on. And we also had some ideas to develop something, but who knows, that might happen in the future. And also just to give a more background of his, so basically Milan is currently at PhD studies where his research is based on harvesting the energy. He also has his YouTube channel Lane, which is a nickname.
Yeah, PCB.
Yeah, basically from Milan, Serbian name, there is a nickname Lane. And and you are dealing with two Novak Djokovic's today. Pawandeep, like I said to you. And yeah, and
he's the best always.
yeah, and he on his YouTube channel, Milan is showing how to create an RC car from scratch for absolute beginners. And currently he's working as a verification, the engineer of digital design. So that's a little background. Pawandeep, have you or maybe we can immediately ask a question from the previous guest of ours. Thank you. So previous guest was Mr. Hanan, and he is the author of the book Stuttering from Shame and Anxiety to Confident Authenticity. And so Milan, he had a question for the Indian guest that we planned to have, but you came before him. So the question was, how is stuttering awareness in Serbia? And can you tell us how is the culture of ours, how is Serbian culture treating people with this issue?
Well, I think that there is no some trouble or some difficulty for someone who stutter, because from my experience, I didn't had too much troubles with people, especially at the faculty. Maybe because of its nature, I usually had writing exams, and I didn't need to speak a lot of. And usually when I ask someone in public for some information, their first impression is some laugh, or because they're not too familiar with stuttering. And then when I told them that I have a problem with speaking, they apologize to me, and then I continue. They usually offer me help, or try to guess the word that I want to say. That is not big problem for me, but there is also a person that have problems with that when somebody is trying to say or to guess what they want to tell, they have some feeling of how, for example, they are like pushing them to tell that much faster, and the problem gets more worse.
Yeah.
And
I also have experienced rushing when speaking in Serbian language, which is a pretty fast language, let's say like that. So, Pawandeep, do you have a question, please?
Yes, I have. I think, as Milan mentioned, that when you are speaking in your own tongue, right? You actually know the words really well also. So with that, you feel you feel at home, and then you speak a bit faster, and then that can actually bring in the aspect of stammering also. But I think, as you mentioned, Milan, that the first time when the people notice, uh, they aren't sure, right?
yeah,
And then when you say that, yeah, this is something that I have, then they start to basically think that, yes, like, with the guy, we have to be a bit like this. But I think this is where I think people also lack in knowledge,
yeah.
to be honest. So, according to you, as you are also a PhD scholar right now, right, like me,
I feel
or
so
confirm you
low now being in a presence of two PhDs at the same time. I feel so low. Yeah.
yeah. But then Milan, what do you think that how can how can we help people like know about this issue more? Shall we make more of these videos? Or because everyone nowadays has their own phone with them. But even with that, I think if you are specifically making a stammering video, the
Mhm.
number of views are so less. So what, according to you, can be a good method to actually make the people know that yes, stammering is a thing. So yeah,
Yeah, I
Milan.
think that this what you two are uh, doing, that is a great way to introduce this problem to the people, because they also have their phone, as you said, and everybody has some social network. And I think that the best way to introduce this kind of issue is through the social networks, Instagram,
So you are
TikTok,
saying like,
YouTube, and yeah.
so you are saying like we should post more basically uh videos or like advertisements like that, like or what maybe?
I think that it will be great short
Okay.
videos, or one part of one podcast in some social network, like
Uh-huh.
Reels, and then if someone want to hear something more, they can go to the uh, YouTube channel through the link, and they can hear the full story. I
Yeah,
know
Okay.
that on
Okay. Great. Miloš,
yeah, just
sorry.
to mention to our viewership that currently the Instagram page of Unblock Your Stutter podcast is there. It is very active,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I do agree with Milan that maybe I should create, or we should, Pawandeep and me should create more reels and shorts, but currently due to obligations and business, we are only releasing either teaser trailers or something like that. So
yeah,
hopefully that will change. But
yeah.
Milan, let me know
I agree
just,
with that.
yeah,
That you said, and it is also the great way and great job that you two are doing,
thank
that now
thank you.
also some people can take look, even if they are if he or her stammer or not, and can learn more about this problem.
Thank you,
Yes.
Milan. So just to add on the Hanan's question, because I think I have missed one crucial part of his question. And that was Milan. Were there any self-limiting beliefs in you that you, due to a stammering issue, are not worth as much as the rest of the public is worth, and so on? Like Jelena would say to us that those are like black thoughts or crne misli, right? So did you feel something like that during your growing up? Because I know that I had to some extent until I joined the Stuttering Hangout and also the station Rilipovica, as you know, and so on. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I know that when I was a kid in high school, that was very hard to fit in society because you are different in some way, and I had issue. I had feeling that I'm not how to say I'm not as them, and that I'm my value was much lower, and then I was thinking that I'm not good enough like others. That is also was with you know, when you want to speak with somebody to introduce yourself, or even if you want to speak with a girl, that was really nightmare for me. And then you are going to some your close circle, and let's say that or actually I don't know how to say that on English, but
Can you say it on Serbian? Then I will do it.
Povučenost.
Basically, you close in yourself.
Yeah,
you don't go to the public. You are living with yourself in your own thoughts.
Yeah, I was closing myself for public.
Yeah, that is a thing.
Introvert, I think.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and after that, when I start to accept my stuttering, and that is something that is part of me. I was able to grow and to fight with my problem and to find a solution for that.
And I am sure I can say that for a fact that Milan doesn't have no longer a problem to talk with girls. He is now engaged to a wonderful lady that I heard so much about. I hope that we will meet one day soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pawandeep, please.
Yeah, Milan. I think everyone who has faced stuttering or stammering, I think somehow we can all actually relate to what you are saying.
Yeah.
Everyone, I think, even me, I had almost
So even
the story. Yeah, even me, guys.
even you.
So Milan, yes, I think even me, I had a similar story, I think. So what I think happens is that when we are going through that negative phase at a very young age, I think our mind starts to actually then basically make that limit or that wall. That what will the people think or say if we do not talk like the way they do, right? And then slowly we are like shut. But yeah, I think it's a very negative and a very bad phase to be in. And the worst part is that the normal people do not realize how much fight or what challenges people who stammer are going through. So I think at the start of the podcast today, Milan, you had mentioned that there was a specific speech technique right now which you are actually going with. Can you please show it to our viewers or probably um, like probably say like uh, how it actually works?
Yeah. So the basically is the thing that I'm not focusing on the first letter of the word. I'm focused on the first or second vowel in the word. So if I want to say translator, I will focus on A. Translator, and then I sometimes I'm usually split the word by this volt, and I'm trying to say the whole word by these vowels, and yeah.
So when you are actually trying to say these vowels, right, or the words,
Yeah.
So has the speech therapist probably like try to basically explain to you what is the breathing level or like how to breathe? Because like all of us
Yeah.
know that without air we may not be able to like speak words out. So
Yeah.
if you
There
can,
is no production of sound without
yeah.
air. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so basically I wanted you to actually show it like how it works fully. Like if basically I am talking at a very slow rate method technique, so then I will basically breathe in and then I will say, "Hi, Miloš, my brother from another
Another
mother."
mother.
So basically, what I want you to show all of us here is that what is that way to actually talk?
Well, I'm also, when I'm starting to speak, I get air, and then I'm trying to, at one exhale, tell 2 to the 5 words. And also, there is practice that I'm do every day. That is the 4 segments. But for example, I want to say that I'm Milan Ivković. I have big problems with M. And when I want to say and then I blocked. And then when I focused on I, then Milan Ivković, then I just go through that letter and trying to say I'm Milan Ivković, and that is some trick in our mind, and we want now to make a new path in our brain for
Yeah.
speaking, and that is my way. It is for me personally suitable. It's not maybe suitable for everyone, but it's really easy for me to sound more naturally and try to speak as I want. The previous technique that Miloš and I done, that includes to exhale before first word or letter. That sometimes for me worked, but then I end to sound like this, and it's not really natural for me because I too much exhale, and I got the how to say that uh,
Out of air.
vertigo, in my head, and the
Yeah.
best thing for me, or that technique, is to breathe there and to focus on another valve that I want to say, and
And here also just to fill in what Milan said, because I worked with that technique for quite some time. It's called whispers or šumovi, but it's not a whisper in classical sense that you will pre-say the word before you are saying the word. It's more like to produce the whispering sound. So then you have to each time make a differentiation. If the letter starts with a vowel, then it first goes the air. So air, I first breathe out and then say the vowel. If it goes with consonants, clock, then the sound goes with the consonant. So it's besides making a whispering sound, you have to also make a differentiation if it starts with a vowel or a consonant. But here, Milan, you sparked a wonderful topic. Wonderful topic for me. I don't know about you guys, but I personally, if I don't do the exercises morning before I go out, I feel so lost. Is it the same with you or not?
Yeah, for me it is. I do exercise every morning before work, because when I do that exercise, it is like to switch to that mode where I'm trying to be what I want to be, and then I preheat my speech. Then when I came to the job in the office and start to speak with my colleagues, I have some warm up done, and then it's easier for me to speak. And also when I'm speaking with my colleagues or with my clients or whatever, I'm trying to use techniques that I'm doing. It is very hard because I used to speak on way where I have the problem. I blocked myself. I have a very big pressure in my throat. I'm trying to, I don't know, to do something like to unblock that block that I'm having, and that gets much worse, And then I'm trying, whenever I'm speaking, to reprogram myself, and the thinking while I'm speaking or while I'm having a problem is like okay, I have a issue. I had issue, and I will try next time to do much
better, right?
Better than previous. And it is something like constantly trying to improve it. Like I didn't like now do it right, so I will try to do it next time, and that time is for few seconds or few, I don't know, minutes, or if I spoke too hard, that that my throat feels like it's burning. I will do some time to myself, and then I will try again and again, and that is some like positive thinking about that speech, and with some time I made confidence for my speaking, that if I have a problem, I have technique that will help me, or yes, I have experience that I can say that, and I will try. If I start speaking on old way, I will try to stop it and to start speaking on my new way, because it's
you basically
very hard.
have something to grab to.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
like a handle.
I think
yeah,
so. I think firstly, what Miloš said, even I, so my method has actually changed, guys. So to be very honest, I used to also practice in the mornings when I used to basically go. But what happened was that I was too reliant on it, and when my actually schedule changed, then when I wasn't able to actually practice my speech in the morning, I used to do very, very badly, to be very honest.
Yeah.
But I then thought that rather than practicing just in the mornings, why not make a mindset of doing that practice throughout the day?
yeah.
So uh, basically, yes, it takes time to build yourself up to not practice in the mornings. But yes, I think that is the right method or the right way for a youngster or a person who is actually stammering really badly, and who just wants to first begin by speaking in a very basic fluent manner.
But you
But I
know,
think,
a Pawandeep, like most of speech therapists, like 99% of them, which I meant, they all propose to do the exercises 3 times a day. It's not enough
yes,
1 time a
yeah,
day. So
yeah,
I don't think it's necessarily even youngster or non youngster, but so person with stammering has to dedicate
yes,
its
yes,
time
yes.
3 times a day. So yeah.
Yeah, of course. And then if someone is following a certain technique or a method, if they just follow that technique throughout the day and just don't basically think that like I will have to practice this in the morning, evening, night, then they are actually basically removing those shackles away. They are actually then thinking that this is the way that I am going to talk. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
actually makes your makes your mind also a bit relaxed, I think. But yes, Milan, as you mentioned that it is very important to actually let go all the time, right?
Yeah.
Because we are facing these stammering blockages when we go out, when we do some meeting or like, yeah. But we
Yeah.
always have to let go of that failure, which is, I
Yeah.
think, a very unique aspect of a person who has faced stammering, is that the person knows how to face the failures, because
Yeah.
we are actually failing every day of our life.
Yeah.
And besides that, I know that Milan agrees with me, because that is more like the Orthodox Christian point of view. We have a lot of chances for forgiveness. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
if I would personally attach myself to every situation and whatever somebody said to me and not forgave them, then I would go insane, you know. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Milan, uh, what one thing are you still like working on,
Mhm.
specifically on your speech, that you really want to get rid of?
Mhm.
And what goals have you like set, like in the next 5 years I should be able to speak on a stage or like that, maybe?
Yeah. Where my goal when I start with this new therapist was just to not have the pain in my throat while I'm speaking, and that goal is about 70% reached. Yeah, and I mean it is very hard to to tell yourself, okay, I will now do the techniques, I will forgot the used way how I was speaking, but when you start to practice the uh, uh, speech every day, you will have some inertia that will drive you, and even you do not practice your speech in the morning, you won't feel some guilt why I didn't practice my speech. I had several times that when I couldn't practice my speech in the morning, but I have my thoughts that okay, I was practicing last night. It's not a very big deal if I'm not practicing this morning. I will practice my speech after the work. And next goal is uh, uh, to use this technique more often than I'm using now. I just want to get rid of this trying this old method of where I was focused on first letter, and also this blocking issue when I want to say something. I usually blocked myself, and this is also one next step that I will trying to resolve for next time. I think 1 or
but
2
Milan,
years.
here I have a question.
Yeah.
Because I usually feel that it's not technique per se fault that it doesn't work no more. I think that we all reach some kind of burnout when applying a certain technique, and then we look for another one to
Yeah.
do kind of refreshing, you know. So, so do you think that now what the science regarding hammering itself says is that there is no cure. Like you can only improve your speech to a certain degree. Do you feel like you will come to that point where it's totally, let's say, it's fixed? Even though Hanan said there is nothing to fix, it's just the way we speak. Or do you agree with his quote like, so there is no cure, it's the way, and I cannot escape it, so the only rational path is for me to accept it. So what is your opinion about that?
Well, first of all, we have to accept our speech. You know, when I was a kid, the few my friends used to my problem of speaking, and when I asking them, do you have something that bothering you while I'm speaking, they usually said no, because we used to that kind of speak, and it is not a problem for us anymore. We know that you need some time to say, and that's it. For me, I found the technique that suits for me well, because that represents my uh, 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 normal way of speech, and for that there is no cure for our problem. I think that it's kind of true, because we need some time to reprogram our path of speaking in our brain, because when we take a look how it looks when one signal going through the brain, we will see one path, and brain is trying to find the path which use the less energy, because we need to be constant in our trying to make a new path, and to not let our brain to use old path, because eventually he will destroy this old path, because they not using it any more, and they have a new path which need much more much less energy to produce our speech.
Absolutely.
This
Absolutely.
is my point of view, and
Absolutely.
yeah.
And I think firstly, Milan, we really thank you firstly to actually give give your time to us. And especially I would like to thank you because there are there are very few people in the world who will actually join a podcast like this if they are currently in that phase of going towards fluency,
Yeah.
because they are still not sure. But then I really thank you for like being with us here and then giving us your own time. I think
Yes.
We
your
thank you.
view,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, of course.
we
Me, myself and Miloš.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So even yeah, so even myself, thank you as well. So
Yeah, but then Milan, I think your views are very, very freshening views
I'm
because
glad.
you have shared your own life's knowings, like what you have learned. And I
Hmm.
think that, especially in terms of your speech, I think there is not much to actually work on because you are fluent. I think there are still a few chinks, but I think that you only said that you will be able to get through them, and I'm sure the next time we are going to bring you, I think that we will be seeing a much better Milan for sure. So
and
Yeah,
thank
thank
you,
just
Milan.
Pawandeep, I wanted to say that Milan is also opening now a new, let's say, philosophical doors that were not maybe open before, as hammering goes, or not at least, and not at least known in our circles, and that is the brain paths that will not be used no more, and that is the old paths. So yeah, we are thankful, Milan, for joining us. Can you maybe leave the question for our next guest. And just to give a little background story about him. So he is from Nigeria, and he will give his perspective. How is it to be a person with a stuttering from there, because we don't hear that a lot. He is a doctor, and yeah, so do you have a question maybe?
Well, I don't. Sorry for that, Serbian. I think I don't know which question will be now, but for something just pop up, like when he start accept his stutter, and if he or she start I mean, if he or she accepted his stutter earlier, will that have some improvements for speech, or I don't know.
Perfect question. I think that we haven't had a question if some guest accepted his stutter before. I know that so even with this podcast, I sometimes feel that I haven't accepted it fully, but yeah, it would be interesting to hear the Ajax, that is the name guest, his perspective on this. Yeah,
I think in terms of that part, the acceptance, I think if someone wants to really change, they have to firstly accept that this is my problem, and basically that is setting up the base. Move towards fluency. So thank you, Milan. Thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again. Hope to see you again very soon. Thank you, viewers. Miloš, over to you.
Yeah, so we hope to get some more Serbian the viewership here. That would be my personal goal. We have
India, China, US, all.
But yeah, I know it is worldwide, but I feel that always the Serbia will be my personal goal. But okay, so guys, follow our channel, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell so you would get the latest notifications. Comment, like, share, and see you soon. Okay.
See you.
Bye, guys. See you soon. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.